Okay, so here's Meredith Lynch. She is one of the women who Bethenny Frankel sent a cease and desist letter to recently. She took down all of her videos regarding Bethenny, I believe, but this is one of them that I think she took down, I believe, talking about the brand. And this is kind of what I'm talking about with the Kim Kardashian stuff. So let me know what you think. If you think this is totally defamatory and crossing the line that, she should be deleted and sued in court over. Okay, here we go.
Bethenny Frankel can yell about the Kardashians all she wants, but she also has to take some ownership for the fact that her products, marketed as Skinny Girl, have been incredibly harmful. And here's a peer-reviewed journal article all about it from Nicole Schott at the University of Toronto. So this journal article is called Food Marketing as a Pedagogical Act, Teaching Women to Consume Skinny. I've talked about it on here before. It's really good. In the opening, it says that this article deconstructs how skinny and diet labels are harmful discourses that individualize food choice responsibility and teach women that self-worth is a waistline measurement, okay? These lessons damage women's relationship to food, eating, and their bodies and the understandings of themselves. Okay, there's a lot of good stuff in this article. If you want the article, I can get it to you. But one of the most interesting things is that in 2011, the Huffington Post reported that Whole Foods had pulled Skinny Girl off their shelves after they'd found ingredients within the bottle were not what they had been claimed to be, natural. Okay. So then it talks about the fact that in 2014, Lynn Greff, who was at the time the CEO of the National Eating Disorder Association, was quoted saying, okay, that she strongly disapproves of Skinny Girl products. This is her quote. We can say with certainty that obsession with skinny in the news, diets, and product marketing, such as Frankel's Skinny Girl cocktail brand, is over the top in pushing our young people to develop poor body image, fat shaming, and dangerous dieting behaviors in an attempt to meet unrealistic goals, okay? So here's the thing, Bethenny. If you want to have these conversations about how, the Kardashians are creating unattainable beauty standards for young women, you gotta look at this, because you still have stuff with Skinny Girl on it. You haven't ever come out and said, you know what, actually it was really problematic. It was really bad. I shouldn't have labeled stuff like that, okay? You have the CEO of the National Eating Disorder Association coming out and saying, Bethenny Frankel, calling your stuff Skinny Girl is problematic, unrealistic, not good for girls' body images. And then you get up here and you spout off all the stuff about the Kardashians, which I don't disagree with, okay? I don't disagree that, they are creating this unrealistic image, but, you did it too, and you're still doing it because you still have Skinny Girl branded stuff and you still promote Skinny Girl branded stuff. And it's still a problem. So that is why I think it's really hypocritical. I think she's in a glass house and she shouldn't be throwing stones across the street at the Kardashians, who are doing pretty much the same thing that you did. And that's all for now.
I guess she got nervous about that ending, and Bethenny's like, get my lawyers on the phone now, stat. I must sue her for having an opinion that's different than mine. However, the Kardashians are straight trash. Okay, now speaking of the Kardashians again, here is the actual one about Kylie's face kit or whatever. And then she's using the scam, it's a scam thing, which comes up with the trademark conversation. But I think both of these videos, so both by creators of different sizes, Meredith Lynch has over 100,000 followers. And like I said, Bethenny has 1 million. So I don't think either one is wrong. I think both of these reviews on TikTok should exist on TikTok and continue to be able to exist there. That's my stance on it. But I think that what we're about to watch now is no different. It's actually worse than Meredith reading from a peer-reviewed article and saying, I think you should look at this personally.
Girl, don't do it is not worth it. This is Kylie's birthday PR package with the same 2 products as these. This is $58. This is $175. I'm confused. I was confused. I thought something had to be different. There is something different. This has a box that you're going to throw in the garbage, unless you have a hamster that you're going to put in here. I'm like, it's a paper box. Like, it's a paper box. I'm confused. So I'm going to keep these, which are $58 because they're cute and because I bought them. This is going right back and getting returned because it's a scam. Breaking news, this just in. I just found out that Kylie Beauty does not accept returns, so I am stuck with a $117 cardboard box. Maybe I'll go to the mall and get myself a hamster. How stupid do we have to be? Like, I just want to know, like, how stupid do we have to be? Okay.
And she'll also say in her videos, like, I hate spending money. I'm a thrifty girl. This woman has, like I said, like $100 million or something insane like that to her net worth. It's crazy. Okay, I'm jumping around a little bit. So I have people's responses to her. So this is the other person she wrote a cease and desist for, too. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's like 5 parts, and she just reads from the, oh, thank you. She reads from the paper, so it's sort of boring after a while. Oh, wait, I've been watching your content for months, and I finally caught you live, so here's my money. Oh, it came up on the screen. Okay, good. Thank you, Valet. Oh my gosh. Valet Jacquin. Sorry in advance for that. My bad.
What the heck?
What the heck? How do you pronounce it? Valeriakian. I have been watching your content for months now, and I finally caught you live, so have my money. My username's pronounced. Oh, you did it. Valeyalkinen. Valeyalkien. Did I get it right? Sorry.
Being a dick.
For being a dick. Here's a really creepy soundbite for you. Valeyalkien.
Your kids are gorgeous and they've gotten old.
Your kids are gorgeous and they've gotten old. Thanks, Dave. Okay, here, I appreciate it. And thanks for joining live and in replay in the future. Here's another creator named theBunnyBarbie, who also got a cease and desist from Bethenny Frankel. And I believe this creator decided not to adhere to the threat and did not take her videos down.
Bethenny Frankel also sent me a cease and desist over true statement. I have facts and evidence for all of these statements, which I have shared before. I've also never received a cease and desist with no evidence on it, and then we asked them for evidence, and they said if I did anything, this is confidential and I would be breaking confidentiality. But I don't have any confidentiality agreement with her. I feel like I am being legally bullied. I will not be silenced. I literally have proof of everything. Leave me alone, finally. Use the money that you are gonna do to sue me and Meredith on your charity. That's what I think you should do.
Okay, so that was her response. I love it. And let me read the thing. It says, Bethenny Frankel sent a cease and desist. Okay, I feel everything I have said is true, and if there's no evidence, how could I give a receipt for it? Okay, no evidence has been given. So she goes on to read the entire legal document that was sent, and then her lawyer sent something back, and then they sent something back, then her lawyer sent something back. So she read the entire thing, and basically, the Bethenny Frankel team allegedly, according to this document that this creator wrote or read on a TikTok, said that, you know, you blankly have defamed her name. And they didn't give on this date, or, well, they gave dates of possible infractions, but they didn't say when you said Bethenny Frankel was XYZ, that was a defamatory statement because it is a lie and you knew that or whatever. They just said blankly, like, do never use her name, delete every video you have mentioning her likeness, da da da. And so I think that's when the lawyer was like, okay, you need to ask, like, what are you saying you have proof of? And then Bethenny Frankel's lawyer said, like, we don't need to provide you that. And then her lawyer, this BunnyBarbie lawyer, said, well, if you don't have any proof, then we can sue you back, because she has a First Amendment right to say whatever she wants as long as it's not, you know, defaming anyone. So what do you have to say about that? And then that lawyer didn't say anything back. That's the summary, because watching it is sort of boring. And then this one says, they told me I could not have Bethenny's likeness on my page, which I feel like is infringing on my First Amendment rights and bullying. And then I also only talked about her after she made a video mocking me and then defamed me on her podcast saying I'm nothing but a gold digger who lays on her back. It was never done anything for charity when the show was literally about women entrepreneurs that do charity. So I don't know about all that. Let's watch Bethenny's response to people being upset that that she was writing cease and desist letters trying to squash smaller creators. Let's see, because I think she took it down or someone took it down. Let's see, Heather the Lord, do you have it on here?
The time has come for me.
We love Heather the Lawyer here on this channel.
To tell you guys how I really feel about Bethenny Frankel. Okay, let's go. I am not surprised. For those who don't know, Bethenny Frankel sent a cease and desist letter to, from what I can gather, a number of content creators. A number, for those of you in Bethenny's legal department that are reviewing all the videos that mention her name, a number is accurate because I'm just saying a number. A number of TikTok creators to pull down videos allegedly that maybe they made about Bethenny's business. But isn't she the real mention it all authentic podcast? You know, I'm going to talk about everything. It just happens to be that everything she talks about is a headline right now. And she really just picks on like the above her weight class people. And then make sure that you remember that she's a philanthropist. So you can't get upset with her because anything she says goes. The time has come.
I feel
for me
similarly.
to tell you
Okay,
guys.
we need her response though. Okay, and then there's also a whole other thing with Heather McDonald, who is a comedian. Now, okay.
The only reason I'm discussing
Okay. The only reason I'm discussing this is because I'm from New York, and we always discuss stuff in New York. Any other state, we don't discuss. Only in New York. Okay, sorry. If you're from New York and you're offended, I apologize. Okay, here is some clarification. So I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but once I do the edited video, it should make sense in a timeline chronological fashion. Here we go.
The only reason I'm discussing this ludicrous matter is because it's an example of how social media can be a breeding ground for false reporting. Just because someone has a tiny little fuzzy microphone doesn't mean that they know what they're talking about. And people on here just spread fake news as if it's accurate. And because you're following them and they have many followers, you think you're.
I don't disagree with what she's saying here, you know, especially with like the Andrew Tates of the world that are like, you know, they get their podcast set up and now they're deemed authoritative or truthful. I don't agree with that. But same again, projection. No one's got to listen to what you got to say either. So, you know, don't say, well, no one else can say anything because they just have a microphone. Don't trust them, but trust me. That's the part where I'm like, roll my eyes like, okay.
Think you're following someone who has a clue as to what they're talking about. So I will qualify this. I own many different trademarks, and I own It's a Scam in television as an idea that I had a long time ago for a television show, because I always say it's a scam. I'm not doing any It's a Scam anything. I have no plans to do anything product-wise or television-wise. In fact, that when it expires, I don't even need it anymore because holding trademarks is expensive, but you could see when that was. So that is literally moot, and the dummies who report about things like this don't know what they're actually talking about because they're not looking at specific categories and how things are registered. I have an entire intellectual property department. So there's so many other things. I own.
Isn't it confusing? Okay, this part she's about to say is very interesting. So I was shocked. I think everyone will be shocked to hear what it's about. But before we get there, she just said, oh, holding a trademark's expensive. And then in the same literal breath goes, I have an entire intellectual property department. Wouldn't that be more expensive? than holding a trademark for a year or so, or however long she's had it. And also, the fact that it's on a TV show, I don't know what exactly she's responding to, like, you know, what specific accusations she's responding to here. But people were saying, because she did the Kim Kardashian box and said, it's a scam. She's trying to make it a thing, so that the fact that she owns that trademark was surprising to people. Like, oh, this seems like a calculated media manipulation tool to get people to associate it's a scam with you, so that when you come out with your show, or when you come out with your merch or whatever, your makeup line, that it's already got its, you know, roots in the ground of like an organic social media campaign. And people are saying that that was inauthentic, which I would tend to agree with. I don't care what category it's in necessarily. Like, if you have a TV show called It's a Scam, I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, that's very acceptable compared to something else. It's like, it just seems like you're trying to make a thing happen. You're trying to make fetch happen, and maybe it's gonna happen or maybe it's not. Okay, and I know it's delayed on the chat, but what do you think Bethenny owns that's like a famous hashtag that's used in many, probably millions and trillions of Instagram photos and videos? Do you have any guess what she's about to say? Excuse me, that she owns? I will, oh my gosh. She gives Jeffree Star vibes. Like, she's the female version of Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star did the same thing, like shit on every, you know, brand jokingly about the tattoo artist brand. I forget which one that was. The Anastasia, whatever, would shit on everything. But his brand was the best. And then it turned out like, oh, it's all, you know, a scam too, and made like the worst product with Shane Dawson and all that, like that whole controversy. Yeah, okay, so I already see the answer, the correct answer. Meredith, that's you. You got it right. Food porn. Here we go. I could not believe it. I was like, what? She owns the trademark food porn? Now, apparently this was supposed to be a show, I looked it up, that was about like a meatball restaurant or something, but she owns it, which is crazy.
The word food porn. I'm not doing anything with it. I'm not fucking cucumbers. I just own the word food porn. So take a break about that. Second of all, cease and desists are reserved for people that defame other people and talk about other people's charitable efforts, which save people's lives. That is not something I'm going to fuck around with. And yes, I do have a team of lawyers. And yes, I will send a cease and desist. And guess what? I will take a motherfucker to court if they start to fuck around with my business by saying something that is defamatory or false. So check that and fucking try me. And the people that are also make these insinuations. Bethenny Frankel. I mean, look in the mirror, because you're an embarrassment. I mean, really, like, so if you're going to follow someone and if you're going to report something, have your fucking facts straight, okay? If you're going to take a shot at this bee, you better not miss. The only reason I'm discussing...
It's giving me Toiletgate vibes. If I'm relatable to most people, if you don't send cease and desists, then I'm doing it wrong. And it gets worse. There's an even more scathing one where you can just fucking tell she's like so pissed off. And I guess I'm signing up. And I was thinking about this in the shower the other day. I was like, you know, what would I do if I got a cease and desist, or if I got served with a lawsuit? And I'm like, and she, you know, she makes a pretty powerful statement. First of all, it would get me some airtime on the Today Show, which sign me up, baby. I want to be headline news. And secondly, I have nothing fucking to lose. I have no children. I don't own any property. Like, I have a minimal amount of money in my bank account. What can you take from me that I already haven't not given to myself? I have only things to gain from a court interaction. And I'm the type of person who has said publicly again and again that I loved jury duty and I have nothing else to do with my time. So sign me up, B. I'll take the challenge, because why the fuck not? Let's like have a reality show. Like it could be Judge Judy style, Bethenny Frankel versus Kia's World, and we'll just debate different topics. And I could become a millionaire, and then I can retire and never do anything ever again. Oh, man. Okay, so let's find the other one. She responds again, even more mad. And she was also like DMing people. Okay. Now this. Okay, so Molly B. McPherson, if you're from the Hollis Uncensored, she also does a lot of content about the Hollises and their stuff. She's like a PR professional, and she's really cool. And I like her take on things. So she's duetting the second response. So I think I should be able just to hear it through here. So here we go. Think about tarot. You're right, tarot. I think they allow cats in prison. She'll free me. She'll come through the gates. You're right. I have tarot to think about. But tarot just got her yearly vaccines, and she got her 3 years rabies shots. So she's got at least 3 years of where she can be, on the streets waiting for me outside. We'll just set up the webcam eventually, and I can watch it, and everyone can put money in my canteen. I'm sorry, everybody. You're right. Tarot. Where is Tarot? Tarot! I think I know she's really mad at me for tricking her into getting her into the crate that she hates. Okay. Tarot, when you come here, we'll continue this conversation. Okay, here we go. She's coming? Come here, baby. Everyone's concerned about you.
Let's get into it. I sent a cease and desist to 2 women. One of them was spreading negative information about Be Strong, which has done more than $200 million in worldwide aid, currently $1.5 million in Florida. And you can look up all the information. You can look up the 501c3, where all the money goes. It's all there for you to see. So when someone starts talking about Be Strong,
I cannot find that information. Bethenny, if you're watching, please send us that information, because I would love to review it and see what you're talking about, because I could not find it. The 501c3 stuff. She's right. Come here, kitty. Come here. Make your entrance. She's shy. She's like, I'm not getting tricked again.
my flag goes up. Number 2, talking about my trademarks, you can go look up my trademarks. They're all there to see. But there's nothing to do with scam and any new show or any new product or anything having anything to do with my reviews. I've been saying it's a scam for years and registered it in podcasts and television. I think hats and sweatshirts. You can go look. I also...
Like, who can, I don't know what the original critique was, but like, what does it matter, like, which category you have it in? If it's in hats and shirts and podcasts and shows, like, I think that proves the point that there's some, maybe possibly, if not deception, maybe is too strong of a word, but like some, strategic planning involved here by saying it's a scam.
People were saying that I once had a makeup line. I had a lip gloss line and face wash and creams, and I didn't develop that. That was something that was a private label deal, and that has been a long time, and I've never said that I didn't have that. But there were things about my business and charity that were incorrect.
So that was the part that people were...
Bethenny?
Oh.
Let's get in.
Oops, sorry. Oh, there she is. Hold on. We'll take a short break. Sorry for everyone who's like not interested in the tarot portion of the show. Oh, she's escaping. Oh, there's her butt. She's angry. She's not angry. She's just distrusting of me today. So I put her through hell and myself through hell, getting her to the vet, but she's healthy. Yeah, so she was like, she has been saying, like we just talked about in the beginning of this video, or not this video, but this video, this live stream, that she's like, I never wear makeup. I don't know anything about makeup, telling Gayle King on CBS Morning News, like, I don't know anything about makeup. That's why I decided to do these tutorials, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, she's got a private label makeup line from, you know, however long ago. And if you look up the promo for that, she claims back then, oh yes, I was very involved in the you know, creation of that. And we can look at the articles for that, so.
Been a long time, and I've never said that I didn't have that, but there were things about my business and charity that were incorrect. That is the reason for a cease and desist. Anyone can say anything they want about me. Say I'm ugly, say I'm old, say you hate my salad dressing and preserves and popcorn and whatever I'm doing. Say whatever you want. Talk about me as much as you want. It is a free country. Say inaccurate, false pieces of information about a relief effort that saves lives, and say something about my business that is inaccurate and don't understand how to read trademark documents, then you're spreading false information, which now other people are spreading. So that's number one. Number two, the other person that was served a cease and desist was a person cast in a show that was unnamed, and MGM cast her. I met her in a whole group with a bunch of people at dinner. I was partners with MGM. We were going to produce a show about a group of women in Florida, and that show didn't go through. This woman...
Okay, that's the BunnyBarbie case. I don't know much about that one.
And then started posting that I cost her money and she didn't work. I held her up. I have no contract with her. Ask her to show you the contract. Ask these people to show you the receipts like you're asking me. I have all the receipts.
Where?
Yes, I will send a cease and desist to someone who lies about me in a business capacity. You could say anything about my face, anything about what you think about anything in my life. But when you lie about me in a business capacity, I'm going to send a cease and desist. As for the other desperate person that placed the item in page 6 and said that I'm the biggest hypocrite in Hollywood, leave the lines to Kathy Hilton on the reunion, because if you're going to be a creator, you might as well come up with original material. And I don't live in Hollywood. I live right here on the East Coast. Let's get into it.
Okay. I guess the first one was more scathing, actually, from my memory. I conflated the two. When she's like, try me, bitch. You better, if you're going to face off with this bee, you better bring it. Okay. Cool. All right. So this one is, it's not really important. It's just kind of like two celebrities fighting it out. But Heather McDonald, who's a comedian, she weighed in on this controversy, doesn't like Bethenny. And I thought it was a little bit nice that, or refreshing, that she is in this video is going to talk about all the things that she thinks Bethenny was going to come back with, and sort of getting ahead of the conversation. So I thought it was interesting, and she has nothing to do with anything, but she's backing Meredith up and the bunny woman. Now, basically, we'll go back to the bunny one, BunnyBarbie, in a second to talk about the show, because there's like a reality show thing. And basically what I think she's accusing, what that woman is accusing Bethenny of, is that they met at dinner. Bethenny met with these like women in Florida for dinner, and then like she claims that she had said something like a funny phrase or something at that dinner, and then like 3 days later or a couple days later or a couple weeks later, Bethenny filed a trademark for that thing that this woman said. And so she was accusing her of like stealing it, or I'm not sure exactly. I'll have to say. None of that could be true. I'm just retelling it from my dumb brain.
Okay, little update. According to a video I just saw of Bethenny, she landed. She probably read the page 6 article, and she's hinting that she's not surprised that it's someone, she doesn't say my name, but I believe she's talking about me, saying that I'm pulling for low-hanging fruit, talking about this so that this person, being me, can stay relevant. So I predict that Bethenny goes forward, because she says she's going to have a response. I believe that response will be that Heather McDonald is desperate to stay relevant. She's always wanted to be a housewife. She is dying to be part of that world, which is true because I'm going to BravoCon, but not true because I don't want to be on Housewives. Also, she's going to say that I haven't been on television since Chelsea lately, which is true or not. I haven't been on a series, but I've been doing Juicy Scoop, which is super successful for the last 7.5 years and paved the way for other female podcasters to be successful. You're welcome, Bethenny Frankel. And then she's going to say, you know, I've got nothing going on. Oh, by the way, I do have a sold out show of 1,100 seats in New York City on Saturday night, and you can get the streamer details at the end of this.
Okay, I don't really care that much. This one is the more exciting one. That was her response to the response, but this is like the one where she calls her out.
I never thought this day would come, but it has come. I am here to mention it all. That's right. Okay, let's talk about Bethenny. Let's talk about Bethenny Frankel. I talked to Meredith Lynch. Now it's all over TikTok. I talked to her because my heart was broken for what she went through. Seeing this young, smart creator, truth finder, get shut down by Bethenny Frankel, sending a cease and desist to her email saying, if you speak of this again, you're breaking confidentiality and you can't speak about this at all. I was so freaked out for her that when I talked about it on Juicy Scoop today, I hid it in like a movie parody that I wrote about a crazy woman that would talk about different condiments from an expensive store and from a little store, thinking everyone would get that I'm talking about what an asshole Bethenny Frankel is, parroting her makeup reviews. Well, a lot of people didn't get it, and they're like, what's up with that boring story, Heather? So now I'm going to say it. I'm disgusted by this. I want everyone to know that Bethenny is the biggest hypocrite in Hollywood, and believe me, I've met a lot of them. But if you ask me, this is the most hypocritical thing that someone in her position has done. Someone who's become famous for speaking her mind and giving her opinion is now shutting down influencers, and not all influencers, because some influencers she would reach out and wink at, and now they love her. Oh, Bethenny didn't send me a cease and desist. We know exactly what you're doing. You picked the wrong person in the wrong platform, because I support women, and you know what? You don't. And I think the biggest lesson here is that Ramona Singer was right when she said, and you know what, Bethenny? Wow, Bethenny, wow. You know what? You don't support women. You really don't. You didn't go to my anti-skincare line. You know, it's really like, well, it's really, really disturbing, okay? You know, because I love TikTok. My daughter's in TikTok.
Okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't know who that is. So that's another kind of part of the drama that you may have heard of in regards to this whole thing. Was that Heather McDonald was somehow involved. That's her involvement, is that she was like, yeah, Bethenny
We're
sucks.
the ones that turn. We're the ones.
Shut up. Stop it. Stop talking. Okay. Now, should we talk about the Be Strong stuff? We sort of talked about the drama somewhat. Oh yeah, we got the bunny thing. So the bunny, hold on. That's not a long one.
Bethenny Frankel also sent me.
Bethenny Frankel is a Frankel. Damn, insult. Okay, let me find the one about Bethenny Frankel. Gotta just scroll down, and I don't know how she would have been involved with Bethenny Frankel. It looks like this person's like an influencer, and somehow, you know, got involved or was going to be picked up for a show of some sort, because she's got a lot of. Actually, I'll do this over here so you don't get like sick from me scrolling really fast. The Bunny Barbie Bethenny Frankel. Excuse me. Okay.
Bethenny Frankel.
Here we go. Oops. Now, she's responding. This Bunny Barbie is responding to a comment that says, "Why is Bethenny so obsessed with you?" This is from September 29th. Here we go.
Frankel apparently has always planned on being a disgusting human to me. First video on my For You page this morning is Meredith. Meredith showed Bethenny's trademarks. One, which she filed a trademark for a show, which was supposed to be my show, for momsters, calling me a fucking monster. The show was about women who are entrepreneurs and do charity work. She filed this trademark on March 2nd, 2020. What's the date right here? March 8th, 2022. She lied to my face. Bethenny Frankel apparently has always planned on being a disgusting human to me.
So that's that. But the interesting part about this is that the comments on it are pretty supportive of Bethenny. Someone says, 2 million follow you. Why? You lie. Go find something else to do without throwing people under the bus. Who are you? It's 2022. People have changed since then. And then, I don't know who Michaela is, but someone says, I swear she set Michaela up. And then some more negative comments are like, I've never understood how people don't see right through her, blah, blah, blah. I tend to agree. I mean, I'm coming in late to the game, but I'm assuming that there was never anything good going on.